Well, for more, I'm joined by Dr. Madge Dresser, Honorary Professor in the Department of Historical Studies at the University of Bristol. Dr. Dresser, I wonder, when you saw the pictures of the statue coming down, what were your thoughts?
They were mixed. Sorry about the phone call.
You've got a phone call coming in.
Tried to phone Mike, turn it off. But anyways, I don't want to take away from the justice of the Black Lives Matter movement to focus on the longstanding, injustices suffered both in America and in Britain of people of color. But on the other hand, I think we missed an opportunity, and we reaped the whirlwind, really, of years of official complacency and bureaucracy about rebranding the Colston statue, which stood in the center of town and proclaimed him simply as a wise and virtuous son of the city. And really, the statue needed to be rebranded and contextualized so people knew the full story of Edward Colston, and they could decide for themselves and have an honest debate about the history of the city. That didn't happen, and so where reasoned debate failed, we're reaping the whirlwind, and disorder is making the point, and maybe we'll get the attention of those whose vested interests or indifference had stopped the recognition of the continuing legacy of colonialism and slavery, both in this city and globally.
Do you think Bristol has fully addressed the legacy of slavery and the role it played in the transatlantic slave trade?
No, and when we talk about Bristol, there are all sorts of different factions, and some are quite reactionary, and others are just ignorant of the true history of the city. They don't. A lot of people feel that they have suffered as working class people or as people who have other issues that they have. That the city of their history, the history of their city has been ignored. And I think we really missed an opportunity where we could, by a fair-minded way, readdress the legacy of slavery, which continues today, and colonialism, and really had a more inclusive history that involved all Bristolians, or those who were willing to listen to evidence.
As a historian, are you in favour of taking down statues?
I think it varies. I think that statue could have been either rebranded or put somewhere else. I don't think it's probably practical to put it in the Bristol Museum logistically, but we could have had a museum of slavery and abolition, which could have housed it. There are precedents for statue parks and things where at least people could see it and talk about it rather than sort of take it out and not really address why that was there in the first place.
Dr. Madge Dresser, thank you so much for joining us.